Yes, hello. First of all, I'm very honored to be with you all. Great panel. So, I want to build on what our Irish brother said about he said that what's happening in Gaza is reminiscent, of course, of the Irish famine. It's actually reminiscent of many colonial uh, uh, famines, including the famine imposed on the indigenous people of North America by the settlers. Um, and of course, the goal is genocide. It is to wipe out the indigenous population, in this case, the Palestinian population. And of course, the ICC is seeking warrants against Netanyahu and Gallant specifically for the famine they're imposing upon the Palestinian people. And we are witnessing the attempt to eradicate the Palestinians of Gaza. And of course, when you hear various Israeli officials, they're very open about this, very open about the fact that they want to make Gaza unlivable. And I think, frankly, they pretty much have. The water aquifers have been destroyed. They have destroyed every hospital, every university. And even you'll see, videos of roads being very methodically torn up. Every part of the civilian infrastructure is being destroyed. And of course, it needs to be noted, since I'm an American, that the United States is a party to this. This is as much or more so an American war as it is Israeli. And it's important to kind of note this port that's being, I guess it's already been built, that's going to be connected to Gaza, that Biden and Blinken and others have bragged about, this alleged humanitarian port. It's not anything of the sort. If the United States wanted to ensure that the people of Gaza received food and medicine and water, they would ensure that the land routes are open. And of course, that is not being done. As we know, the Rafah crossings have now been completely closed, not only to vital aid coming in, but to people leaving. Moreover, there's some indications that arms are being shipped through that port now for the Israelis. So this humanitarian dock is nothing of the sort, and we need to point that out. In terms of the student protest and the repression, first of all, I'm a graduate of Columbia University Law School, so I'm very proud of my fellow alums from Columbia, who I think kind of were the spark for all this. But, frankly, the truth is, it wouldn't have caught on except for the fact that the president of the university, apparently, as we know from the Washington Post, at the urging of billionaire business people in New York, decided to repress the protesters and people encamping there. Had that not happened, this probably would have melted away. But as is many times the case, when you try to repress free speech and free thought, you do nothing but highlight that thought and that speech. And that's exactly what has happened. And it is a beautiful thing that's happening, this blossoming of support for Palestine in a way we've never seen in the West, ever. Certainly not on this scale. And of course, the repression has been also quite impressive. You might have seen the video of protesters being beaten in Brooklyn over the last couple of days, even after they were handcuffed and immobilized on the ground, police beating them, punching them in the face. The powers that be cannot abide by what is happening, because the very essence of the West is being challenged, because the West is a colonial project for the most part. Certainly the United States, Canada, most of the Western European countries have been colonial powers and have founded, gained all their wealth through colonialism. And what is being challenged here is white settler colonialism, this time in Palestine. And as one commentator I heard said, look, the truth is in this, in the 18th, 19th century, it was still wrong, but, basically the world accepted that you could do those things. In the 21st century, you can't do those things anymore. What Israel's trying to do with the help of the United States. And people are saying it. And that is a great thing. And of course, you see not only police repression, but you see Columbia canceled its graduation. The University of Southern California, after canceling its Palestinian valedictorian, then canceled the graduation because they were afraid people would protest the valedictorian speaker being canceled. They cannot, even the universities, which should be the center of debate and the exchange of ideas, cannot allow these discussions to happen because the powers that be cannot ideologically defend what they are doing. And so this is an inflection point where I believe you will see a real transformation, I hope, of Western societies because of the Palestinian resistance. The Palestinians are leading an enlightenment around the world, and we should be grateful to them for that. They are leading the people of the world, and in particular in the West, to look at themselves for who they are, how they got there, and maybe how they could be better people. And for that, I'm very glad. So thank you very much.